Okay, so you guys already completed the Python programming, right? Yes. See, you'll get some practice, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so now the first question, what exactly the Python programming is? What is Python, right? The first thing is that it's a high level general purpose language, right? A very simple definition, high level general purpose language. So there are two terms. First, you're saying high level. I think this font is visible. Oh, I'm writing very small. Okay. And second, I'm saying it's a general purpose. It's a general purpose programming language, right? It is called first thing. It is called in high level because it is closer to our human language. Let's say this is nothing but Python is nothing but just an English. I'm saying this. Python is just an English language, right? If you see C++, Java, this is like more looks like a coding, but for me, like Python is an English language, right? Okay, so and writing Python is very very simple. Like you will easily understand all the syntax, right? Readability is very easy, usage is very easy, and this is most demanding language in coming year, and it is right because of the this machine learning, right? Demand for the Python is keep on increasing, right? And why this is so popular? Because if you see, you will get almost, I mean, you will get most of the library which are present in the Python. There are many libraries that are present in the Python, right? Okay, so that's what it makes a general purpose. Fine. So yeah, so we discussed about the gender purpose, right? Okay, I'll come to this part. What is the gender purpose? Fine. Okay. So do you know who discovered this Python? Who built this? Ah, okay. So like it was, it was built around 1980s, right? And till now we are using it. It's almost 45 years. Still we are using it, right? And yeah, so currently we are in the 3.13 version, right? Okay. So now the next thing. Okay. So directly, let's see. Okay. So why do we use the Python, right? Remember I said ki this is a general purpose language. And what is the like meaning of the general purpose? What is the meaning of general purpose? It's in simple English, right? Like one language can be used in like various places, right? Where you can use for the web development, you can use for the testing, web scraping, data analysis, computer graphics, machine learning, big data, Internet of Things, right? Okay, so I mean almost all the sector you will use this Python programming language, right? And nowadays almost all the company they're using Python, all the company, right? Starting from a big giant company like Facebook, Google, to a very small startup company, everyone using this Python programming language. And with the advancement of your machine learning, it is high in demand, right? Okay. So let us start with our installation. So we're going to use a Visual Studio Code, VS Code. All of you using the VS Code, right? Okay. So in that VS Code, first I'll show you the installation, just in case those who didn't do. First, open the VS Code. Okay, so here I'll create one folder which is called Python. Fine. Okay, let's start with our installation. First, you have to go inside the terminal, and after that, just write here Python, right? Write Python and hit enter. If you are getting this output, show you something like Python 3.13, and you are getting this three arrow, right? If it is showing like this, it means that Python is already installed. Let me show you one more time. You just have to write here, go to the terminal, just write here Python and just hit enter. And if you're getting this, that's fine. It means Python is already installed, and it will here, it will show you which version you are using. So for me, I'm using here 3.13, right? Now, just in case if the Python is not installed for you, if you will write Python here, and if you hit enter, then automatically Microsoft Store will open, right? Automatically, you will write a Python here, and your Microsoft Store will open. And specifically, it will open this one. Yes. So here you will write Python, hit enter. If it is not installed on your system, it will open this one. You will get this window. And from here, from here, there will be one option called get. Since I'm already installed, so that's why it is saying installed. But if you haven't installed, you will get the option called get, right? Okay. Okay. So after this, you require few extension here. You have to go to this extension icon and just type here Python. Just hit enter. And after that, you have to install this one, this extension, Python extension, right? And check this installation count, right? So first extension, second extension, you have to look for code runner. This is your second code runner. And here also you have to just install it. Then, okay. So first, there is a extension icon here. Just click it here. And first, you have to write it here, Python. Hit enter. Okay. Now you will see this one. Don't install the debugger now, but install the Python. This one. This is from the Microsoft. And just click on install. Done. So after installing the Python, just install the code runner. So why we are installing this code runner? Let me show you. So you see there is one play button, or you can say this is the run button. This run button come because of this code runner. Right? Sometime what happen, you will not get this play button or run button. Right? If it is not showing for you, just install this extension and you will get it. Right? If it is already showing on your system, okay, you have one play button or you have a run button, no need of installing the code runner. Fine? Okay. Then we write our first program, the hello world. Yes. Okay. So first, uh, what is the extension for Python? .py. Yes. So let's say I'm saying here simply program one .py, right? And here we have to write the code. Okay. So now the first thing, I just want to print hello everyone. Welcome to first session. Or let's say first make it simple. Let's say first I'm saying hello world. Simply, right? And after this, just click on this run button. You get hello world, right? Now, same code, exactly same code. If you write it in another language, you have to write multiple lines. Just try it out, just test it out, check if this code is working, this hello world. If you're getting this output, it means that the installation is done, your extension is working, everything is fine. Just try it once. Just take 2-3 minutes. So any programming language you know, like C, C++, Java, Golang, anything? Any prior knowledge? C++. You guys are good. Python. That's no. And C++. Huh? Python was not. Okay. Hey, told you that people write a Python here, the terminal, and integrate enter. It will open this one. And so here just we want this again. It will automatically set the path also. There is no need of like manual setting the path. working, right? Okay. So next, if you're getting this hello world, it means that everything is fine. You are good to go. Fine. So now let's start with our next topic, which is called a variable. Okay. So let's come to this next topic, which is called a variable, right? So variable is nothing but you can think it is just a container, a small container box, and you can place any data inside that container box, right? So, right? Okay. So if you see there are definition, so variable is a name of a memory location which stores some data, right? For example, if you wanted to store a integer data, you have to say a equal to 10. If you wanted to say store 10 here, you can say num1 10. You can also say num2 equal to 20.0, age equal to 29. Let's say character equal to b, right? And in the Python, you might have seen in the C++, you're using this data types, right? But in the Python, you have no need of like specifying any data types, right? If you go to the C, C++, Java, any another program language, you have to specify the data types, right? But in your Python, simply you just have to say a equal to 10, and the value a will store inside this 10. Value 10 will store inside this a, right? Okay. If you want to store again, let's say 20, right? No need of specifying, right? Okay. So now, uh, fine, right? So in Python, variable is used to store the data. First thing. The second thing is variable is like a container which contain and holds some value. Then, and don't write this one. Just only write this is your variable name. This is your variable name and this is the data. Done? Okay. So now let's discuss about the variable name. So there are some rule to give some variable name, right? The first rule is that your variable name is a case sensitive. What does this mean? If you will say, let's say bill, right? If you will say bill equal to 500, or if you say bill equal to 1500, or if you make it all capital, so these three variables are same or the different? These three variables, it's same or different? Yes, same or different? So all are different, right? Okay. So always remember your variables are case sensitive, right? If you are taking bill equal to 500 plus this capital B equal to 1500, the compiler or the Python compiler will consider both a different variable, right? Let's take one example here. So let's say I'm saying bill equal to 500 rupees. And here I'm just printing a bill. Now, if I run it, we'll get a 500 rupees, right? Now, let's take same. I'm taking same, but here I'm just saying 1500 rupees. So what it will do? It will update my value. Let's say now bill is 1500, right? If you make it capital, now let's say you'll get the 500, right? Okay. So the first rule is that your variables are case sensitive, right? Now the second rule is that the first character of your variable should be either alphabet or underscore. So what I'm saying, so let's say you cannot write something called a bill, one bill. You cannot write two bill. One bill equal to, let's say, 500 rupees. 500 rupees. Second bill, you are saying to 1500. You can't write this, right? But you can. So let me just show you the error. Let's say you are taking bill one and see you are getting error. Here also, let's say bill two. If you run it, you will get an error. Invalid decimal literal, right? This is why, because you cannot, so during the creation of your variable name, you cannot give first this alpha character or digits, right? It should always start with first alphabets, or it can also start with underscore, right? You can give alphabets or you can give an underscore. You can also give double underscore. There will be no issue, right? Okay. So, but you can make it like this. Let's say you are saying bill one and you are saying bill two. This is fine, right? You will not get any error. You can also say something like this. Let's say underscore one bill is also valid, right? So the first rule, it is a case sensitive. And the second thing, it will always starts with alphabets or an underscore, your variable name, right? Okay. Third thing, no other special character. You cannot use something called percentile bill. You cannot say, let's say dollar bill, right? Only valid special character is underscore. This is correct. Everything is wrong, right? And also no blank space. For example, let's say you wanted to create a variable which is total bill. You are saying total bill equal to 20, right? Now, there is one white space here in between. You will get an error. You cannot write it like this. Either you can give some underscore here or don't give a white space. Let me show you the error here. Let's say first you are saying total and space and you are saying total bill and you're making, let's say 500. If I print here total bill, see, you will get error. Check what kind of error you will get. See, invalid syntax, right? Okay. See, what is my aim for this entire Python session is that first, I wanted to make you the job ready, right? Second thing, I also wanted to make you to read and understand the error because most of the beginner are the confusion is that whenever they will get an error, so there is a problem, right? And also we'll start from the basic and we'll go till advanced, right? Okay. Next, to fix this, first you can remove this white space from here. Just run it. It will work perfectly, right? Instead of you want two words but separate, you can give some underscore here, and it's working, right? Okay, try this code. Just use different invalid variable, and you will say you will get an error. Done? Okay. Now let's come to our next topic, which is called a data types. Yeah, which is the data types, right? So mainly, the basic data type that we have in the Python here, integer, float, string, and boolean, right? We have some more data types. We have list, tuple, dictionary, sets. We'll see later, right? But for now, the basic data type is this much, right? Uh, if you already know C, C++, you might have seen long, double, right? That are not available in the Python, right? If you want, let's say integer. So all of you know the example of integer, right? So without the decimal points, these all are integers, right? And whenever you have some decimal points, this is called your float. Whenever you will say, let's say, whatever you write inside your double quotes or single quotes, that considered as a string. And whatever you write, so in the Boolean, it will accept only true and the false. Done? Done? Okay. Now let's see the example. So let's say I wanted to store value 100 into a variable, right? I'll simply say, let's say a equal Okay. So let us continue. Yeah. So this is how you will, this is your variable, right? And your data types, right? Okay. So now let's come to our next topic, which is a keyword, right? So keyword is nothing but just a reserve word that has a predefined functions or that has a predefined meaning, right? So keyword is like if, else, true, false, right? If you see here, your if, else, true, false, for, you have like import, right? So these are the keywords. It has a predefined like meaning, right? And you cannot use this keyword as your variable name, right? You cannot, we already know ki, okay, we use if else statement for condition checking. You cannot say ki, okay, else equal to 35, right? You cannot use this keyword as a variable name, right? This is not visible. Okay, it's just very, that's okay, fine. So let's say if you will use any, let's say keyword, see what error you will get. So are you taking pictures? Okay, take. I'll just zoom it. It's fine. Okay. So let's say we already know in the conditional statement we have like if else, else if, right? So let's take any one keyword and try to use it as a variable, right? Let's say if I say else equal to, let's say 34, and if I try to print here else, see it is showing underline, right? Let's run it first and let's check what error you are getting. It is showing invalid syntax, right? Because this else has some meaning. It always used in the decision making, right? But you can do one thing. You can say here underscore else. There will be no issue, right? Even you can do one thing. You can make it capital letter and you can use it. See, you're getting output 34, right? Okay, just try it out. Always remember, you cannot use a keyword as your variable name. You cannot even use for the function name or any identifier. Done? Okay, so our next topic is comments, right? So now, comments is very useful, right? It helps to like explain the code. Let's say you are a software engineer, you're working on a project, right? And if let's say the previous person is also working on same project, they had written all the comments, right? For example, let's say comment is like this is for testing purpose, right? These kind of comments they have written. So when the other program will come, they will understand, कि, okay, this else I have used so that I can check it, right? Now, the first thing is that it is used for the testing purpose, not like testing. I mean, not exactly the technical word. You can say text, or you can say ki, explain the code. This is for explaining the code, right? First, the comment. And second, it will use, let's say I have written 100 line of code. In that 100 line of code, I don't want to run all the code. So what I will do, I will make it comment, right? Simple. Let's say I'll add one more thing. Let's say print, um, I'll say else multiply by 2. For now, I don't want to run this one. So basically, I put it comment and then I can run it, right? So mainly, we use comment for only two things. First, to explain the code. And second, if I don't want to run the code, I'll simply make it comment. That's it, right? Now, comment has two things, single line comments and the multi-line comments, right? Okay, so now let's solve a simple problem here, right? So the first question, let's say you have to write a program and just print the sum of two numbers, right? Second, subtraction of two number, multiplication of two number, division of two number, right? Basically, you have to perform some basic calculation operation, right? So what you will do here? So basically, I'll keep this one. Say, I'm saying program2.py. Okay. So let's say you wanted to do the summation of two number. You basically say print 10 plus 20. It will do the summation of a two number, right? You can run it and you will get it as 30, right? Instead of this, you can store 10 into another variable. Let's say you take n1 and you store that 10, and you take n2 and you store here 20. Simply you're saying n1 plus n2, and if you run it, you will get output as 30. Right now, if you wanted to write the same program using the C++, I think the majority is like C++. Just write the code. This is for your Python. If you write the same program using let's say C++, let's see how you will start. So we know that the first thing you have to write it inside the main, right? And after that, you have to declare the two variable inside this. You have to give first int a equal to, let's say 10, or let's take n1. n1 equal to 10. Again, you have to say int n2 equal to 20, right? And after that, here you will say something called C out, and then you will say n1 plus n2, right? And after that, you will just close it. This C out is not, it will not able to identify. So basically, you will say using namespace. Namespace std, right? So this is your C++ code, and this is your Python code. If you check on the Python code, it's very simple. So we are doing exactly same thing, right? If you start comparing here, we are doing exactly same thing, but the syntax is different. If you know the one programming language, another uh, another programming language will be easy for you. Okay, so now let's compare. So first here I say n1 equal to 10, but here we have to say int n1 equal to 10. Then I say n2 equal to 20, int n2 equal to 20, right? Next, for printing, right? Exactly same thing, the same logic, but the syntax is little different. Okay, let us compare with Java also. You might have some knowledge of Java, right? So let's say if you want to write the same code in the Java, you will say first everything we have to write it inside the class in Java. So you will say public, give some class name. Let's say I'm saying here some, right? After this, open the curly braces, close the curly braces, and here we have to say public static void main. I'll write it tsvm. I don't have a space, then that's why, right? You say public static void main, and after that, here you will say again int n1 equal to, let's say you are saying 10. Again, you are saying int n2 equal to 20, right? And after that, you want to just print it. So simply you will say system, I am writing in short form, let's say system dot out dot, let's say print, ln is for like next line. So, okay, let's give it. You know, like difference. If you give ln, the next line will come, right? Okay, so simply just write here print. And after that, you can say n1 plus n2, right? Exactly same thing. The logic is exactly same. See, check the logic. But then syntax is a slightly difference. If you know a one programming language, again, tongue twist. If you are using the if you learn the one programming language, then it will be easy to learn another one. Have to Done? Okay. Okay, so now you can do this all program, right? Here you just have to do the like summation, subtraction, multiplication, division, right? And last you can perform everything into a single code. This one is easy, right? I'll remove these comments. Done? Okay. So I'll show you the last one, the fifth question. Write a program that perform a basic calculator operation. A very simple code I'll write, right? Okay. So now what I will do, first I'll take first variable and I store it something called 200. I'll take n2 variable and I'll store 10, 100, right? If I wanted to perform the summation, simply I'll say n1 plus n2. If I want to perform the subtraction, n1 minus n2. This is for multiplication. We have already seen in the JavaScript. And this is for, let's say, division. If I run it, you'll get the 4 output here. This is for your first output. This is for second output. Right? Okay. So now for now we will see very easy question. Later we'll come to a difficult question, right? Okay. So next question, write a program to print the square of a given number, right? It's simple. I'll give you some hint. So let's say first you have to declare a variable. And store any number. Right? Second thing, just square it. For squaring, you can simply say n into n. You can also say n, uh, write it like this. You can also say or double star 2. This is a one way, and this is the another way of finding the uh, let's say square of any number. Just write. Just take 30 seconds. It will not take more than 30 seconds. Done? Huh? Uh, okay, can I directly come to the code? Yes, sir. Okay. So basically, you have to find out, print the square of a given number, right? What is the square of 5? 25 for 6, 36. We just have to, let's say, give any number and just print the square of it, right? Okay. So, okay. So let's say, I'm declaring a variable called n and I'm storing, let's say, 10, right? I wanted to find the square of 10, or let's say 5 for now, right? So to find the square, simply say just print and multiply by n. If you will run it, you'll get it 25, right? So there is one more method. You can write it like this and double star 2. This is called asterisk and double asterisk 2. If you run it, you will get C 25, 25. Let's check it for the 6. Yes. You are passing string. You are giving string. So see, whatever you will write in uh, double quotes or a single quotes, it will print as it is. Just done. So you can use like any method. Fine. But I prefer to use this one. Why? Because let's say I wanted to find the cube of it. Right? Can you guess what changes we have to make? Instead of 2, I can simply give the 3. And if I run it, see, right? You can even power 4 also you can find out. Right? Okay, so use any one of the method. Fine. Okay, so let's come to our next question. So this question is done, right? Any doubt? Yes, sir. Okay. So let's come to the next question. So this time you have to take the input from the user, right? So just take the input from the user and then find the sum. Okay, how to take input you don't know. Okay, let me just explain. So here there is a two part. So first part we have to take the two inputs, and after that, so whatever input we will take, we have to find out the sum. For taking the input, we will use a keyword called input, right? Okay, I'll show you. I'll show you on my pen. I'll share this PDF too. I'll upload it in the GitHub, right? All the questions. Entire slide I will like upload. Okay, so let's make it as program 5.py. Okay, so how to take input in the Python? So for that, you have a keyword call input. That's it, right? Next, you can also pass a parameter. It's not compulsory to give any parameter here, but you can pass any string to just display it, right? For now, I'm not passing anything here. So I'm just using a keyword called input, right? And after that, whatever input it will take, I'm going to store it into the num1 variable. I simply say input, whatever it will take, I'm going to store it into the number, right? Now let me just print it, right? We say N1 and we are just printing it. Now let's see if you scroll down. Okay, now it's came, right? Okay, now it's working, right? Yeah. So basically what I said here, first, whatever input it will take, I'm going to store it into the N1 and I'm just printing the N1, right? So once you run it, let me just close. Once you run it, it will not display any message here, right? Let's pass here some value, let's say 600. Okay, read only editor. Okay, fine. So, okay, fine. Let me just remove. Fine. So this is the basic code, right? So if you run it like this, okay. So now if you put anything, let's say 55, hit enter, it will display the 55 here, right? But if you see here, currently it is not displaying. I just want that it should display something called enter first number, enter second number, something like this. So in that case, what I will do here, inside the input, I will say enter first number, right? If I run it, now let's see, it is showing enter first number, right? Now let's say 45, hit enter, it is printing 45. If you pass anything, let's say you open the double quotes or single quotes also work. Let's say single quotes, right? If you write anything here, it will print as it is. Special character, just anything. See, right? Okay. So now let's give some meaningful sentence. So let's say I'm saying enter first number. Let's run it. It is asking enter first number, right? Let's provide here 61. Fine, it's working. Now, next, let's say you wanted to print, get one more. What code you will write? Let's say one more input I want. What code you will write? I'll use one more input and this time I'll say enter second number. Enter second number, right? And you will observe here I'm using the single quotes, but here I'm using the double quotes. You can give anything, single quotes, double quotes, it's fine. There will be no issue. So print this N2 also. Let's run it. So first it is asking enter first number, right? You're saying, let's say 12. Again, it is asking enter second number. Let's provide 13. And it is just printing 12 and the 13, right? Okay. To find out the sum, what we will do? To find out the sum of both N1 plus N2. Okay, so basically you are saying you have to write print N1 plus N2, right? Okay. So what's your expected output? What output you will get? So for example, let's say a user came here and they just enter first 100. Next, in the next, they have entered 200. So what output you are expecting here? 300, right? But you know what it will print? It will give you this output, right? First 100 and then 200, right? Can you guess like what's the issue here? It will give you this output. It will not give you the 300. I think you guys already know, na? Okay. So now here the reason here is that let me just first just show the output. Let's run it. Let's say first here I'm giving 100, then second I'm giving 200, and we are getting here 100 plus 100 200. See? So what it is doing? It is doing the concatenation here. First it takes the 100 plus 200. It did the concatenation, right? Why it did the concatenation? Because this both N1 plus N2 is your string, right? Okay, see how. So let's say here I'm putting here, let's say 1, and I'm hitting enter. Again here I'm putting here 2. I hit enter, see 1 and 2. It's doing the concatenation, right? You can also say, let's say hello world. It is doing the concatenation, right? Can use my name, right? Even if you pass the number also, it will do the concatenation. 10 plus 20, right? So what we have to do here? We have to convert we have to convert it into the integer. Basically, we have to do the typecasting. So how to do the typecasting? Just pass here int. Place it inside this int. Just simple thing we said. We have typecast it into the int. Typecasting is basically you are converting from one data type to another data type, right? And now, if I show you the code now, let's say first I'm giving 100, then 200, and now we are getting 300, right? So by default, your input takes everything into the string format, right? And this is actually an interview question. If you will apply for a Python developer, the basic interview question it will ask. Done? Okay, so can you solve the next problem? I'll show you. So this part is done, right? To take an input, you have to use the keyword call input, right? Whatever you will put in double quotes or single quotes, it will print as it is. Next, we said int to convert it into the integer. Okay. So now the next question here is that you have to write a program that takes the length of a side as input and calculate the area of a square. You know what is the area of square? Anyone remember? A into A. Yes. Or you can say side square. You can say side square, or you can say side multiply by side. Or you can also say, let's say, let's try this code. So take the reference of the previous code, how to take the input. Take the input, saying enter the side, and after that, find the area of a square. Done, right? Okay. So now let's see. It will take only not more than like 1 minute. Okay, so let's say this is program 6.py, right? Okay. So what the question is saying here, so what question is saying, first we have to take the length of a side as an input, right? Okay. So now first we have to take an input. So what I will say, I'll say side equal to input. I'll simply say enter the side, right? Okay. So we know that input always take into the string format. So we have to convert either into integer or into the float, right? Let us convert into the float because side can also be a float. I'll say float, right? And after that, to find out the area of a square, we'll simply say side square, right? I can simply write it like this, side, side into side, right? If it looks little complex, you can do one thing, just remove it from here and whatever value you get it, let us store into the answer. Whatever the output you will get it from side into side, you have stored it into the answer and then you are saying answer. After this, let's run it. Now it is asking enter the side. Let's say 3 and we got 9.0. We can even give let's say 3.5 and this is my side. Just simple two line of code. Done? Can we move to the next question? Okay. Now let's see. Okay. Next, write a program that takes the radius as an input, right? And then calculate the area of a circle. Do you remember what's the area of circle? Area of circle. It's okay, I know. Pi r square. I know you guys know. Already know it. Okay, so this is the formula, right? So in the Python, you will write it like this. Pi multiply by r into r, right? Since this pi is not available, so you can do something like this. What is the value of pi? 3.14, and you can say r into r. Huh? 22 by 7. Yes. You can use this formula. 3.14 into r into r. But the radius, you have to take it as an input. Take the user input. Can you just try it? Done? Done, right? Can we start writing code? Okay. So our question is that we have to accept ADS as an input and we have to find out area of a circle, right? Area of a circle is pi r square. Okay. So first let's start with taking an input. So I'll say first input and here I'll say enter radius, right? So whatever user will enter, let's store it one variable which is called r, right? Since it is now in the string format or string data type, you have to convert it into either integer or a float. Let us convert it into the float, right? Okay. After this, we can simply say first print 3.14 into r, okay, then into r, right? If I run it, we'll get an output. Okay, first we have to give the radius, let's say 3, and we are getting this output. Let's give some semicolon, it will look good. Fine. You can also do one thing, you can just cut it from here. Just whatever calculation it will do, let us store it into answer variable. And now simply store it, print this answer. Let's run it, enter radius, let's say 45, and you're getting this number. Right? And in the Python, so you have seen the two things that are not important. Giving a semicolon is also not necessary. No need of writing, giving a semicolon. If you wish, you can give it, right? You will not get any error. And second thing you have seen, we don't have to give a data type. No need of giving the data type, integer, float, string, boolean. Okay. But let's say if you give this semicolon, let's run it, you will not get any error. See, right? Write this code. Done? This part? Yes. Okay. Now the next question is very, very simple. Let's make this last question. So far, if you understand all the code so far, it's easy for you to in the coming session. First, 3 marks of 3 subject and print their average. Let's say first you say N1, or let's say you say subject 1, you take the input. Next, you said subject 2, you took the input. Subject 3, you took the input. And the last, you will say subject 1 plus subject 2 plus subject 3, right? Divided by 3. And you can find out the average. I'm just showing you the maths, right? Code you have to write. Okay. Okay. So this is very, very simple, right? So three input we have to take first. Okay, so three input we have to take. First, let's say subject one. So for subject one, I'm taking input, and here I'll say enter marks of subject one, right? After that, exactly same thing. Okay, so this marks can be integer or a float. So what do you prefer? Marks can be float, right? 23.3, 23.5. So that's why I'll not take it integer, I'll take it as float. Next, let's copy this entire thing. And now I'm just changing here subject to, this is my subject 3, it's my 2 and 3, right? And after this, simply we have to say subject 1 plus subject 2 plus subject 3, right? Just place it inside one bracket and divide it by 3, right? So whatever result you will get, let us store it into one variable. Let's say answer variable. And simply just print answer. So this is also correct. And you can also completely copy this and directly paste it inside this. This is also correct. To make the code very, very simple, I write in multiple lines. Let's run it. So it is asking for marks of a subject 1. So let's say 30, subject 2, 60, subject 3, 90. So total we get average marks 60. Ah, entire thing into the print statement, right? This you're saying. Ah, just cut it from here, directly paste, make of answer.
Without writing. Not when equals to marks. Subject one directly we can write marks.
Acha, you are saying 21, 34, okay, like this.
Directly support 30, like that.
Okay, without taking user input.
Yeah.
But we have to understand how to take the input from the user, right? Ah, we can write it, we can write it. It will work perfectly. Ah, why? What happened to us? Okay, right? I don't know what happened to my compiler sometime. Why this error is given. This is actually correct. There is no issue. Subject 1 equal to 45. This is correct. Okay, anyway. After running 1 or 2 times, then it is showing the proper output. Okay, you got it right? Okay, so any doubt here? So tomorrow we'll learn about some operators. Right. So today, okay, you can just take some time and just write it out. Done? Okay, so any doubt? Okay, so tomorrow we will learn about some mathematical operator. We already have learned this plus, minus, division, multiplication, and yeah, some more operators we are going to learn. Done, right? We'll wind up our today's session. Okay, so thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.